As I said in my last review, I'm going to be reviewing the OZ-13MS Gundam Epyon. And this thing comes from Gundam Wing Endless Waltz. However, this being that this is an Endless Waltz, this design is not featured in the Gundam Wing anime. It is simply a model kit, and it was a drawing that was turned into a model kit. The actual Epyon is not as sharp looking as this, but being that this is a duelist type mobile suit, it doesn't have a lot of accessories. So first off, of course, as it is a master grade, is the sticker style decals. You may notice that some of them are gone, but that's because I'm indecisive, and whenever I do something, I think, well, this looks like absolute garbage, and I just take it off and just never do it again. And next, as older master grades do, this is the dry transfer decals. I have not used any of these, but maybe one day. And actually, this is the oldest model kit in my possession. This model kit comes from 2011, so its age kind of shows, but I'll do that later. So, being that this is also a master grade, it has the swappable finger style hands. So, of course, it comes with a pair of fists, and currently we have the just normal resting hands, a pair of the weapon-holding hands, which you technically only need one, depending on if you want it to be lefty or righty. Next up is the heat rod, the whip heat rod. This thing features a ball joint at all of the sections, so you can get a pretty neat spiral effect. Articulation-wise, it doesn't have that much. I mean, this assembly can move, but that's more for the transformation into the mobile armor mode. Next is the Epione Sword. Now, I actually had to glue this part into place because it was doing nothing but swiveling around. This is just the power core, since well, not the power core, the connector, because it connects directly to the Epyon core, which is exactly why it's so strong. And so while building this, I was thinking, well, the wire's a little long, so I may have cut it a little bit too short. So that's unfortunate, to say the least, but what are you gonna do? So the way to get things on. So the sword has a little bit of a notch right there, and you take the peg on the hand, you just plug that in, and plug this into that, nice and snug, and then you plug the other side of the wire into there. And now, normally what I do is I just plug the fist into the hand. The hand into the fist, and then style the wire to the way it is, because this kit has polycaps where there shouldn't be polycaps, and polycaps are this weird, like rubbery plastic. And now you can take this this blade, and that just neatly plugs in to the shield, not the shield, the sword. And if I could have a little bit better luck, there you go. And that's very nice. That's very nice. It's reactive to UV light. And another problem I had with this kit is on the legs. There's supposed to be fins here, but mine were too brittle. I don't know if I messed with it wrong or something, but it didn't work. They both broke, so that's unfortunate. Now, to get the shield on, there are tabs under either side of the arms, but it's much easier to do it on this arm, because if you were to do it on the other, it would probably just look strange. So you plug that in, and this is the perfect time to say that this kit is pretty old. So that's a polycap in there, and that's where it's supposed to plug in, but it doesn't really like to do that. Well, it likes to do that, it just doesn't like to stay put. But so yeah, that's the heat rod. A little loose every now and then, but it's not the worst thing ever. All right, articulation wise, I am going to take the wing pack off, and if you do that, you're exposing a lot of not detail. So first on the legs, we have a double bend. It's very smooth, like there's nothing. It's all just, you can't even hear it. You have a little bit of, you have a ball joint at the ankle, or the ankle guard, not really the ankle guard. You do have a ball joint at the ankle. You have a toe point, which is more for the mobile armor mode. You have a swivel, and you can get a full, not really a full split. The side skirts sort of get in the way. But what I've noticed is that with my freedom, as I said before, with my freedom, the this part right here, that's brittle. But with this, it's not, because it doesn't have any sort of weird hip shifting thing. But yeah, so moving on to the waist, these are on a ball joint. However, this part comes off way too easily. And I'm sorry if you can't really see anything, because I'm doing this standing up instead of sitting down. Wow, that really catches the light, doesn't it? Anyway, so this is also on a ball joint. And moving back to the butt flaps, these are also on a ball joint, but it's a weird ball joint, but we'll get into that later. Now, arms-wise, you have a double bend at the elbow, and you have a ball joint at the wrist and a ball jointed thumb. You can point the arm out all the way that way. You can do a full 360 with the arm. And yeah, so at the waist, no crunch whatsoever. Well, not really at all. Very little arcing back, but there is the cockpit. You can't really see in there. Yeah, you can see in there at all, but it's an option to see that. At the head, you can do what Mecha Guy Kotsu says, giggity, 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 goo. But, yeah. And I also haven't said this before, but I am an absolute sucker for green Gundam eyes, which is probably why I love Barbatos. That's not the only reason. But the ball-jointed head, and moving on to the wings, you can flap them if you so desire. The verniers are on ball joints, and these are on hinge joints. And now a feature of the wings is you can pull it out to just sprawl it out a little more, give it more evil look. And then bringing Epyon back in, you just sit it down, and yeah, that's it for the articulation. And now for the transformation. So it is recommended that you have the wings in the collapsed form, and to do that, you literally just push them back up. It's simple enough to do. And another thing is to shift these down. So just, all right, so yeah, you shift the wings down a little bit, click them in if you so desire, and taking in the actual mobile suit, you actually need the wing pack on for this. So unfortunately, there is a little bit of a parts formation. You have to tear the hands off, but that's not the worst thing, and the arm fell off. Whatever. And now you just unclip these. These are not clipped in, they're simply just there. Excuse me. You flip them out, and that's really just it for the arms. However, I like to bring them up. And another thing, the instructions do not tell you to do this. I just decide to turn the head around. That comes off too easily as well. I like to turn the head around and then just make it look down like that, so it's not like blaring that you just have a Gundam head on your bottom. So moving on to the legs, you have to pull this part out. It clicks out. I don't really like doing it. It sounds wrong, but these fins, they're supposed to be collapsed, I think, but I uncollapsed them. And now you just push down on that, and you open the dragon heads. Now, moving on to the rear, you, actually, hold on, unclip that. You untab this, move the butt flaps out of the way, pull this out, and retake the wings, put the wings back on, fold this all the way up, flip the legs all the way over. However, my vent is getting in the way. Skillu, do not take that out of context. And this does not tab in any way whatsoever. So this is there is a small tab right there. That's supposed to semi-tab in there. It does, but it's not a very secure connection. So if you're someone who likes to play with their model kits, that will probably be flopping all over the place. But, so that is the basic form. And, good God, this thing is just brittle. Hold on one second. A little bit of a technical difficulty. Bastard. Okay. All right. We're good. We're chill. Okay, so setting that down for now, we take the shield again, we flip this up, fold this, the connector peg down, that's fully flipped up, and for the sword, you simply just pull that apart and put it into its stored mode, and you take that and you plug it into this peg here. And now you take this peg here, and you just shove that up its butt. And that does not tab in any way, but this does sort of keep it from flopping. Well, it doesn't. It actually doesn't do anything at all. But once you're done, your Epyon mobile armor mode is finished. And what a mobile armor it is, you know, just an epic dragon. Now, I am completely sacked. My allergies have been obliterating me this last week. I actually just got the for my next review in, hold on one second. Oh, jeez. I have this. Kind of funny that I'm reviewing this before I'm reviewing my Master Grade Barbatos, because this is from 2016, and Barbatos, the Master Grade, is from 2019. I also saw a dog with a banana. Anyway, so that is it for the Epyon review. Size comparison wise, the Gundam Astray Red Frame, that is, honestly, if you could position this well, that would look kind of cool, just with a samurai riding a dragon into battle. And of course, my obsession with Evangelion is Ava Unit 1. Ava Unit 1 is, of course, taller than Epyon when it's in its mobile suit form, but I'm too lazy to do that. Freedom Gundam. Freedom Gundam-wise, it's doesn't have as much flair, you know. I also did put some of those decals on the Freedom, especially the dry erase ones, dry transfer. There's one on the beam rifle, one on the shoulders. That's the phase shift armor. Some of the decals are causing me a little bit of grief, but you know, not bad. It's getting windy outside, but that's all I got to say for this review. And until then, toodaloo. Haha, rhymes.